ready, Dan? It's going to start.
Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honourable court, please draw nigh, give your attendance, and you shall be heard. God save the Queen.
Mr. Bretton, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel of the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence after my learned friend Mr Richard William Potter.
Thank you. Mr Emmett, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence after my learned friend Mr Thomas Joseph Brennan.
Thank you. Mr Withers, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend James Stewart Emmett.
Mr Lang, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I have been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Christopher Hamish Withers.
Ms Union, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Angus Ralston Lang.
Ms Callan, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Woody Newman.
Thank you. Pardon me, Mr Williams, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I have been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Sophie Genevieve Callan.
Thank you. Yes, Mr Sharif, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I have been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my friend Justin Richard Williams.
Thank you. Ms Burnett, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Mr Yassine Sharif.
Thank you. Mr Lloyd, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Chloe Burnett.
Mr Redwood, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend David Anthony Lloyd.
Mr Hertzfield, do you move?
I have the honour to announce that I have been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Jonathan Allen Redwood.
Mr Castles, do you move?
I have the honour to announce I've been appointed Senior Counsel for the State of New South Wales, taking rank and precedence next after my learned friend Kerry David Beresford.
Thank you. Can I congratulate you all, both personally on behalf of all the judges of the court, on your well-deserved appointment. May I also take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Of course, like many events, we're conducting the bow ceremony a little differently this year. It's probably what you could call a pandemic special, with 2 ceremonies being held and a YouTube live stream for each. Nonetheless, we're so glad we're able to have these celebrations and welcome you to the Supreme Court, whether in person or remotely for those watching online. I'm also delighted to see the variety of areas of practice from which you're drawn. Each practice requires leaders. Your ability as an advocate is, however, the one unifying quality for which you have been appointed today. In your future career, I encourage you to use your advocacy skills in areas outside those of which you have previously practiced. I suggest, based on my own experience, that you will find your future career far more interesting if you stretch yourselves in this manner. This morning, I don't propose to give you a lecture on the responsibilities you have now assumed. That's for two reasons. First, you know what they are. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here today. And second, this is simply not the occasion. However, I do note that in times of great change and uncertainty, such as the present, the bar and the legal profession require leaders to maintain and strengthen the profession and to assist in the maintenance of the rule of law more than ever. I have no doubt that each of you will provide this leadership. I also encourage you to participate in matters affecting the bar and to generously offer encouragement and advice to the very junior at the bar, particularly in light of the present difficulties. In particular, I congratulate the 6 female appointees this year. I'm the first to admit there's still a long way to go in improving the diversity of the bar, particularly in positions of seniority. I note that the number of female appointees this year is proportionate to the number of female barristers in New South Wales. I'm optimistic in those circumstances that as the number of women at the bar increases in the future, so too will the number of female silks. I'd also like to congratulate and recognise all appointees who have skillfully juggled family and caregiving responsibilities whilst maintaining a career at the bar. Finally, and importantly, can I encourage you to enjoy your new role? If my experience is any guide, the elation you presently feel will be replaced by a fear that no one will brief you. Don't worry, they will. More importantly, the cases in which you are briefed will become increasingly challenging and as a consequence, more stimulating and rewarding. Enjoy them. Once again, congratulations on behalf of us all, and we look forward to seeing you in court in the near future. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned. God save the Queen.